One of the things that you'll notice about going on a low carb, no carb, carnivore / keto diet is the lack of inflammation. Here's the point. These socks are pretty tight. No indentations in the skin at all. At all. If you have major indentations in your legs, you're retaining a lot of fluid. That's no good. It's no bueno on your heart. And I noticed that, you know, when I was doing my little cheat keto snacks, or if I had a cheat day where I had a burrito, or, you know, ate some bread and went off my rails a little bit, these indentations would be deeper. But ever since I've been on this carnivore, there's absolutely no indentations whatsoever. Okay, this was bacon cooked in the microwave. It took about 6 minutes. It's like perfect. Perfect. Had to use a bigger paper plate though, so keep that in mind when you nuke it, because there will be a lot of grease. Day 18. As you saw in the clips, you can cook bacon in a microwave and it'll actually brown. You're going to go through a lot of grease, so what you do is you sandwich 2 plates together. I think I've mentioned this before. It covers it. There was a little bit of mess in the microwave. I cleaned up with a paper towel. I can't highlight enough about how much you're going to need paper towels, but sitting here enjoying my morning coffee. I thought about going live with that sunset. I just uploaded a video about a sunrise, not sunset, sunrise. And I thought, you know what, I'll just do a recorded video. I don't need to do everything live, you know. So, and then the other clip with the inflammation on the leg. You know, there was another YouTuber. He was a smaller YouTuber, but his name was Captain Jack, and he passed away. And he and I would talk on the phone. He was a very nice individual, and he you know, he talked about edema, you know, and the fluid building in your lungs, and wearing those big long socks, you know, that kind of thing. And I wish that I had known about these things, you know, 3 years ago, when, you know, 2 or 3 years ago, you know, before he passed away. Maybe we could have helped, you know, save him a little bit, you know. But anywho, today is the last day of me taking that medication in the morning. So my skin is almost all but cleared up. I mean, there's still a couple of spots where it's red, you know, where the skin's had to heal itself. After this, we're going to go to an intermittent fasting phase where I'm not going to eat in the morning. There's been many times where I didn't want to eat in the morning, but I do know this, that once you eat, regardless if it's a pound of lard or a bowl of cereal, whenever you eat in the morning, you spike your insulin first thing. Our bodies aren't meant to be eating first thing in the morning. And what that does is that insulin spike keeps you ravenously hungry throughout the day. So the later you can stall that process, the better. Now, I'm not going to go into a whole intermittent fasting lesson. That's for another time. This series is strictly about the carnivore thing. But I will be curious to see what the differences are on this diet doing the intermittent fasting. And those you don't know, intermittent fasting is when you eat only within a certain window of a day. So essentially you're only eating every 16 to 24 hours. Some people do one meal a day. I like to do like a 16-hour fast, 14-hour fast. In other words, I'll eat at 8, no later than 8 o'clock at night, and then I won't eat again until noon to 2. And even then, that's a very small amount. You know, I don't sit there and gorge on like this huge plate of food. And then when I'm really on it, I'll only eat between 2 and 6, and that accelerates the weight loss. That accelerates the healthy feeling that you're going to get. It blows people's minds. Like, oh, I have to eat. You know, we've been taught and ingrained in our heads that we have to eat 6 times a day, and that's not the case. That is a clever, let's make everybody a food addict campaign right there. You don't need to eat. I mean, do you think our ancestors, you know, let's say you're one of the colonial people and you're sitting there chopping wood and yelling at George Washington because he's cool, and you know, you're sitting there doing anything. Were you eating 6 times a day? No. Well, our bodies change and things progress and we know more about it. No, you don't. Mother Nature knows what's best for us. And it's interesting, this rabbit hole I've gone down with the research of this way of eating. I'm going to start calling it that instead of a diet. Because the reality is that you are what you eat. That is the only truth that they've told us. You are what you eat. And I just can't convey enough how I feel right now. I just can't do it. I can yell at you at this little tiny screen that you're watching, or big screen if you're at home watching on the TV. I can yell at you all I want, but it's not going to do any good until you experience it for yourself. You know, and you might have a different result. You're like, well, I tried the carnivore thing and I felt like crap for 2 weeks. You know, meanwhile you're eating the donut while you're telling me that. Hey, look, whatever floats your boat. But I do know this. The establishment has no interest in you being healthy. That's just it. It has no interest in you being healthy. It has an interest in selling you pharmaceuticals. It has an interest in selling you chemotherapy. It has an interest in selling you diabetic insulin medicine. Think about this. You know, they're giving away free shots of the anti-vid, but yet we're still charging for insulin and high blood pressure medicine and chemotherapy. Think about that. Think about that. They have no interest in making you healthy. Let Mother Nature do its work. We'll see what the rest of the day brings. We gotta pick up in Oklahoma and head on out to a highway to Ohio. Head on out. Had that Judas Priest song stuck in my head. Head out to the highway. That's a great song, by the way. We gotta go. So, go. All right, we reached the end of the day, and as you can see, I'm at home. We leave out in the morning, though. I was only home for a 10-hour break, and so what we did is we wanted to celebrate an event that happened here at the household, and so what we did is we went out to eat. And so what I did was, and I'm going to put clips or pictures. I think I know how to do that. We'll figure out. But the two pictures are of the two plates that I got. We went to a Chinese buffet. And rumor has it that Right Lane, the YouTuber named Right Lane, who hasn't done a video in a while, he loves this Chinese place, and he cries every time he can't get some in Springfield. But either way, so I had those two plates, no temptation whatsoever. There's a couple where I was picking out the vegetables, you know, and I put them on a napkin, which I'm sure they were kind of annoyed by that, but for the most part, we stayed true, and we're feeling pretty good. So, so this day's in the books. So if you guys don't mind, hit like, subscribe, share this out, share this whole series out. There's a playlist of everything I've done under the Carnivore title, and you know, so we're doing it in the truck, we're doing it at restaurants, we're doing it at buffets, and you know, and just to show that it can be done. It can be done. So so hope you enjoyed today's video, and be safe. Peace.